Welcome back to Season 4, Episode 13 of Teed Up, where everyone's a sports expert.
A podcast that makes you care about sports, including President Coleman.
We are an original podcast created and produced by Long Beach State student-run newspaper, the Long Beach Current. I'm Matty G.
I'm Matty C.
And today, we've got 4 of the Dirtbags. Connor Charpiot, Nathan Cadena, Alex Champagne, Kyle Ashworth. Thank you guys for being here.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having us.
It's going to be an interesting setup. It's tight.
Damn near half the roster.
We're sharing mics. Yeah, we can fill the top 4 on the lineup right here.
There we go.
So I just want to jump straight in. New coach, TJ. Bruce, what's this fall camp been like compared to the last couple of years?
I think, I'd say definitely this fall there's been a lot more, and I don't want to talk bad on any other coach because I'm grateful for the opportunities they've given me, but there's been a lot more organization, I guess. Like, this is the first time that we got our entire fall schedule all the way up until season since I've been here, which, that's been something new.
Like last year, it's been different the last 3 years. Like the first year we were here, it was pretty strict. Last year there was no structure at all, and we did whatever we wanted. But this year, I love how he's incorporating structure, and he's talking about he wants it to be player fed, not coach, or player led, not coach fed, and that's a huge thing for us. Like, I love hearing that, and knowing every day I'm gonna go in there teaching the younger guys how to play and how to be a dirtbag and stuff like that. So it's awesome.
Yeah, I can't really say much about the past few years that they've experienced, but I would say compared to last year, I feel like we have a sense of where we're going. I feel like we had a lot of just kind of a lot of question marks going through the fall last year, where I haven't really had too many this fall. Yeah.
And then the foundation TJ wanted to lay in the fall was good culture and good health. How's that progress been for you guys? How have you evaluated it thus far? You guys played a couple fall games now. How would you guys see that?
I think kind of now have Cadena jump on top of this. The series against USC was a bit of an eye-opener for us, and I think, we kind of had a talk as a program about where we needed to go, and then, when we played San Diego, it was a bounce back, which, thanks to get this guy right here, there's a big help, that's for sure. And then, the second game went, it was nice to enjoy that one, how it went, but, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's still a lot of work to be done. Culture's definitely changed. I've had guys that been here for a couple of years come up to me and be like, the culture's changing in a good way, in a positive way. And I think it's important for us older guys to show the younger guys how things should be done and how winning baseball should be done. And yeah, I think we're getting there. Coach TJ has won. The coaches he have brought in has won. He's brought in players that have won. So, we're very excited, and seeing the improvement from one game, from 1 week to the next week, that's always positive. We're not trending this way, we're trending this way. So I think we're on the right track.
Yeah. TJ's been in the game a long time. I think you could say he's a little old-fashioned. He was here during the Dirtbag days. You mentioned if you had the opportunity, you wanted to make you guys run at 6 a.m. or 10 p.m. with no lights on. What's kind of the toughest drills he's been putting you guys through?
The first couple weeks, we were conditioning 3 times a week. And that first one, he comes out, he's like, yeah, we're going to do conditioning that the women's basketball team does. And then we do it, and we're all dying. We're like, holy moly, this is crazy. And then 2 days later, we're out on the field doing stuff. But no, I personally enjoy that stuff. I love competing and just, seeing what everybody's got. We were talking about, I don't know if you guys watched the Gator documentary, the Florida football Gator documentary.
No.
Well, I guess they
lifted, about all the 2018.
Yeah. So they lifted at, what was it, midnight? We actually want to do something like that. So if he's down, I'm down. I'm not going to tell compliance. So.
Yeah, I don't think we can tell him. We just have to keep that amongst ourselves right there.
Yeah.
Well, now you guys are screwed. He's going to watch.
Yeah.
And there's just, I guess there's been a lot of turnover, right? All four of you have been through 3 coaches in the last 3 years, more or less. Some of you 4 coaches. Just what of those philosophies help you? If I know baseball is not as much of a system, right? Each coach just comes with different philosophies. You're not learning in basketball a scheme. So just what kind of philosophies have you learned under all these coaches?
I mean, I think every coach kind of has a different philosophy, and I mean, it's just like baseball. Baseball's a game of adjustments, and I think every year you have to stay true to who you are. You can't try and change to be someone that you're not. So if you stay true to who you are, and I mean, they all have different philosophies, and you do have to adjust to it a little bit, but I believe if you do go about business the right way, whatever the philosophy is, like in the long run, it's like you'll be fine, is what I believe.
I mean, over the last few years, like I would say the first year here, like V had this thing called Tyson mentality. I thought that was cool. And last year we had Mike Tyson or Tupac. We had the Tupac, and this year it's just the Dirtbags. So, I mean, it's all about discipline, man. Like getting up every day and doing everything like you're like gonna win it is like what we're learning this year, and like I love it. I love that, honestly. So
It's kind of a random thing to jump through Mike Tyson mentality.
I know.
To Tupac.
Yeah.
Just the Dirtbags. All right.
Yeah.
You guys have talked, a little bit, just about being the older guys. Who do you guys see this year in the clubhouse, even throwing your guys' names in there as the leaders on this team, kind of talking to the younger guys, going through at practices? Yeah.
I think we got a lot of leaders. There's a lot of older guys stepping up, even younger guys. There's some transfers stepping up, like Champagne's obviously a leader. Kyle leads by example by what he does. Connor's a leader. He's vocal, and he does what he does. He's obviously proven himself in this game. But we even have the younger guys coming up, like Jake Evans. He leads by examples. He does everything right. We have pitchers that do things correctly, too. On the pitching side, say Kellen, correct? There's a lot of new pitchers, actually. So, yeah, I would say that. A lot of guys taking that role, which is good.
Yeah, to kind of add on that, I would say there's not really like ever a set group of leaders. Like I think that everyone's here for the same goal, and they're all like, we all want the same thing. So they're not scared to call someone out if they're not doing something right. And I think that's one thing about this team that's gonna help in the long run is we all want the same thing, and like it shows when we practice, when we play. Like nobody's scared to hold anyone accountable.
And I think that's just the way it should be. If you're showing up for practice and the toughest thing you got to battle is your teammate, then when you get to the game, it's going to be a pretty good spot. We're in a pretty good spot.
You guys all want the same thing. So more or less, where do you guys see yourself in May?
Definitely playing in the Big West tournament. There's no other option. Playing in that tournament, winning it. Once you get in the tournament, anybody can win that. So as long as we get in there and we compete and we're playing the right baseball at the right time, we get hot, then the sky's the limits for us.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first year of the Big West tournament
Yes.
happening. How does that kind of change your guys' perspective in terms of, there's a little bit more to play for? Like last year, I mean, towards the end, the record was a little low. How does that kind of change knowing that, you're trying to make it? I think it's top 8 teams, if I'm not mistaken, in there. How does that kind of change? And then overall, just playing in the Big West tournament, if you guys win. We saw it with the basketball team last year. Like, they weren't towards the top. They ended up making it all the way to March Madness. Talk about that.
Yeah, I would just say from experience, like nobody cares if you're the regular season champs.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about that tournament. So we could just squeak in, and if we won 3 straight games, we take that into the tournament. We got to win 4 more, 5 more, whatever it is. Like, any team can win the tournament. It's usually the regular season champs don't make it out of the tournament in those type of deals. So as long as we're hot and we're playing the right baseball at the right time, then we have a very, very good shot.
I mean, I would say experiencing last year, like I think if we had the tournament last year, we would have been like one of the fringe teams, and I think that kind of once we got to the spot we were at last year, like there wasn't a lot of like, didn't feel like we were playing for anything.
Yeah, what are we playing
Yeah,
for at this
exactly. And so, like, I think if we were, like, a fringe team with a chance to get into the tournament, like, we would have kind of felt more of a sense of urgency on those last couple games.
Sure.
And, I mean, we see it so much in baseball. It's a sport where, I mean, if you get hot at the right time, we see it just about every year in Major League Baseball with the wild card teams. They come in hot. You get teams on a bye. It's all about who's coming in hot, really. And I feel like it's definitely going to be fun to watch as an outsider looking in this year.
Yeah, it should be fun, and it's going to be in Fullerton this year, so we're definitely going to have a lot of fans there when we make the tournament. So
Yeah.
it's going to be awesome.
I mean, the current reality with NCAA athletics is obviously transfer portal. Nathan, you transferred in. You guys lost Miles, Adrian this year. Is there ever in the back of your mind, especially going into a senior year, the openness of that portal? Like, what did TJ kind of do to keep you here? Do you look for a next jump or the jump in?
Yeah, I know TJ opened me with open arms. I remember when I came on my visit and I was talking to him, he was in a very similar situation his senior year. He played 3 years out of school, and, cars didn't line up right, ended up having to leave. And he had a coach that trusted him and took him on and took a chance on him, and that's what he's doing with me. And I'm just very grateful to be here. And I tell Sharp every day, like, I love this place. I love waking up where I'm at and going to the field, just being on that field, being able to do whatever we want on that field. Like, it's awesome. It's being a kid from SoCal, putting on the Dirtbag uniform, it means so much more. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and that's what the transfer portal allows. And they could speak on.
Yeah. For me, just like Nate, I grew up around here, and I've always been to Dirtbag games, and it's always something I wanted to do. So me having that opportunity out of junior college, like I hopped on right away, and I was like, listen, like, no matter what, no matter coaching change, whatever, like, I'm gonna stay. Like, and the last 2 years, like, we've had decent teams. We haven't had the season we hoped for, but this year, like, I'm hoping to change that. New culture, new coach, and I like our team this year. So, I mean, I'm wishing for the best for us this year, and I think we can do good things.
Yeah, I mean, I think the transfer portal is both a good and bad thing. Good in the sense that if it wasn't around, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but bad in a sense to where sometimes guys will get greedy when they see an opportunity come their way. But I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm grateful for coming here, and I chose to stay here. I talked with Coach Bruce on a Zoom during the summer, and one thing that he said that kind of stuck out to me was just he likes to run a program through God, which I really liked hearing that, and just kind of his philosophies and what he had taught, and I just felt like it'd be a really good fit. That's why I decided to stay here as well.
Yeah. So I ended up going in the portal once our coaches left last year. So, and there was never really, like, I didn't want to leave, but I had to kind of protect myself from what could have happened. But I talked to TJ a few times, I think once or twice, and I knew he had won before, and that's something that I really like doing. So I knew that this was the right opportunity, and, I'm glad that our assistants are here as well. Like, Thomas Walker was someone that I'd wanted to work with for a while, and I'm super grateful that he's here. And just being back here is awesome. Like, I don't think there's any other place that I'd rather be on the face of the earth right now, honestly.
Let's go, Sharp.
Thanks,
Love
Nate.
hearing that.
I'm fired up right now.
I wanted to bounce back to you, Kyle. I know you started out at Cal Poly slow,
Yeah.
right? Was the reason you transferred to junior college just purely the pandemic, or did you see something you wanted to change?
No, I just, I loved slow itself, but I just couldn't deal with the program there. Like, it just wasn't fit for me, especially but when I got here, like, this is the place for me, and I realized that right away. So it was a completely different feeling. Like, I loved baseball again coming back here, and, like, being there, I hated baseball. So.
Fair. Raw and uncut.
I mean, you guys have touched on how much you guys enjoy being here. You've played a couple fall games. Obviously, it's nowhere near to what Blair Field will be like in the spring. But, I mean, we touched touched on it before, like the atmospheres of different schools in Southern California, even like the bigger Power 5 schools. Like, I feel like it doesn't come close to what Blair brings. I feel like Blair, I mean, I think we've led California in attendance in college baseball the past 3 seasons. It really has the feel of a minor league baseball game. There's a continued community that shows up to these games, whereas other schools, it's kind of dead at some of these other ones. So it definitely is a unique place, and it's special.
Yeah, for sure. It was that fall game against USD. And I was telling him, I was like, dude, there's a lot of people here. Like, it was sick. And he's like, bro, this isn't even close to what's going to happen. I was just like, all right, it's going to be like that this year. Like, I'm excited. Oh, yeah, it's going to get jumping. And when we win, they will come. So,
new coaching staff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's been the most impressive, I guess, baseball mind? I know TJ really talked up Tyler Bossetti. Just who's really helped, I guess, improve you guys' game?
I mean, for me, TJ has done a lot. I like the way that they touched on it earlier, like the structure of the program. He's very organized. He explains it. He knows what we're doing. But every time someone's working with Thomas Walker before the game, they end up getting 3 hits that game. So, like one of our roommates, Easton Elliott, like he's had a good fall, and then he was working for an hour with T-Walk in the cage, and he goes and gets 3 hits the next day. And like he was working with T-Walk. He said his swing was feeling a lot better. Tebow, obviously, we love Tebow. He's there for us whenever we need him. We can ask him anything. We were actually on the car ride today. He said he's got good ball knowledge. Quote Carter Charpiot right there. But
that did happen. I can't confirm.
Yeah, it did happen.
What was the ball knowledge?
You said he's gonna be a good hitting coach one day.
Yeah, no, I did. I do truly believe that. We had an inter squad, and I was struggling a little bit. It's all right. It's an inter squad, but I went and hit with Tebow the next morning, and there's not like a lot that could happen in one cage session, but like I felt after that, like he cleaned up a lot of my mental game and even helped with some swing stuff, just getting it back going the right direction. And so I was really, really grateful for that.
And then Connor, this last year was the first season you weren't pitching at all. So how does that kind of improvement? You're not trying to be Shohei anymore. Talk about just the approach to the game as just a utility player, and then just focusing on the offensive side of the game.
Yeah, it was really an adjustment, because I think my sophomore year of junior college, I threw like 40 innings, and I threw a little bit over the summer that last year, and I did start pitching a little bit into the fall last year, and I threw one live at bat session, and I got hit pretty hard. So
I didn't mean to bring this up then.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It happens, I thought I was a good pitcher, and I guess I was not that good. So
well, I remember seeing the charts. They'd have these accuracy charts posted up. But the thing is, he'd be at the top every single time. He'd be the most accurate every single time.
Yeah, because he throws strikes.
Yeah. That's one thing I was good at. Is I would throw strikes, but sometimes when you throw it in the strike zone too much, they start hitting it. And
you gotta let your defense do this job.
When they hit it in the gaps, even Champ
that
can't
goes
get
into
to some of
analytics.
those.
You guys gotta be shifting in practice.
Yeah, well, you can shift them to the warning track when I'm pitching, but. Yeah, no, it was definitely a different approach. There was a lot less stuff that I had to worry about. Like, I didn't have to worry about my midweek bullpen, or I didn't have to like throw like a pitcher or anything. I didn't have to mix in off-speed stuff while I was playing catch. So I think that did actually help me kind of focus my time elsewhere. And like, instead of taking an extra 15 minutes on catch play, I would take it on outfield reps, infield reps, cage swings. So I think it did end up helping a lot last year.
This is awesome hearing this, because all I hear at the house is, "Oh, my slider this, my slider that."
I would still strike.
I would still strike. I'm gonna throw you 4 straight sliders.
Yeah,
and you're swinging at it. And I was like,
you would.
I would actually. I'm getting contacts though, so I forgot to put them in today. There's that.
To continue the theme with your obstacles, I guess. Not to bring it up last year, but how does you got hit in the head with a pitch at Pepperdine?
Twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
I think it was in the first inning too. I was at that.
It was the
right?
first inning, yeah.
Have you ever had something like that happen, and how does it kind of affect your mental approach in at bats going forward towards the end of the season last year?
I hate saying this, but I'm used to it. I've gotten hit in the head like 4 times in the past few years now. I think 3 times in college, once in high school.
You need the guardian cap.
Yeah. I don't. And I've actually broken my the orbital cheekbone in my nose.
Oh my gosh.
I took it was like a 94 mile an hour fastball, and that was before the face guards were cool. And I was in the hospital, and so all that was broken. I missed, I think it was my summer going into my sophomore year of college. I missed like half of that. And then Pepperdine last year, I got hit square in the back of the head. I remember I probably said some things that I shouldn't have coming back into the dugout.
I had a great view of it.
That
I had a great
Champ
view of
and
it.
Ashworth could at least vouch for.
No, actually, I was not. I was on first base because I walked.
Oh,
I was
that's
the
right.
leadoff hitter. Actually,
That's
I got hit too, and I was like, okay, well, Sharp's in danger here. And then you got hit in the head, and it was the loudest sound I've ever heard. And then I look over to Kevin, our first base coach. I'm like, yeah, that's not good. And he goes, yeah, that's not good at all. It was crazy, man.
I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Weaver was at that game too.
Yeah.
And
Him and random, he was sitting in the stands. Brian Wilson, former
Really?
Giants closer.
Wow.
He was there.
Brian
He
Wilson.
didn't look anything like it. I was
Oh,
freaking
wow.
out. I'm a Giants fan.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, Brian Wilson's
yeah,
here.
no, I mean I'm glad that Brian Wilson was there to see me get hit in the head. That's actually pretty cool. I did not know that.
I know.
But I would say it's actually like I wouldn't say it like really affects me that much. Like I don't think like my mentality in the box ever changes. Like I'm still gonna get up on the plate and like you still got to throw it over the strike zone, and I'm not worried about getting hit because it's just happened so many times before, and I know I could get through it and still succeed. So I don't. It hurts. But
hit anyone in the head?
I think one time was karma because I did do the same thing to someone else where I broke his orbital and his cheekbone. So when I was pitching, in junior college. So I might be exactly. It's karma. I might be a safety hazard on the field. I'm not sure yet. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Wait, when was the second time you got hit in the head? I remember.
Cal Poly.
Oh,
It was the Saturday game.
That's right.
I remember that game was off to a really bad start because I had forgot my jersey that game. So I was
wearing what, like 63 or something?
43.
43. Wow.
Close. But I remember Champagne was batting right in front of me, and I saw him get walked 4 straight pitches. It was right-handed batter's box, head high. I'm like, well, I hope he makes an adjustment. First pitch, boom, cracks my helmet. I'm like, nice.
Adjustment was not made.
No, it was not. It was 5 straight right there. And I remember, too, the catcher was, like, looking over the umpire, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to go talk to him. And I told him that's a good idea.
You mentioned Weaver during that long-winded little story. Clubhouse 805 last year. What was that kind of like for you guys, just getting to work out around a professional?
I mean, yeah, it was cool. I mean, obviously, just with Weaver, him being how big he is with this program, and just being in his presence, that was definitely really cool. And from a pitcher standpoint, I know there's a few pitchers that were definitely freaking out 100%.
Coots. Coots freaking out too.
I don't know if was Coots there. Yeah, Coots was there. But yeah,
You mentioned you're an Angels fan too.
Yeah, I'm an Angels fan. You know what's crazy? After a game, my parents actually had a beer with Jared Weaver. So, yeah, they came home from a game one night and they were like, "Guess what?" And they were like, "Yeah, we were having a drink with Jared Weaver after the game." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I don't know.
Yeah, no, that is cool.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Does that alumni connection kind of ever feel surreal? Some of the players who have played here, played those alumni games. Not many players can say they went to a program that had an NCAA cover athlete.
Yeah, I mean, I wish Easton Elliott was here to talk about Jaren Duran.
That was
Big
good.
Jaren Duran guy.
We're trying to get him on the pod.
That was good. Yeah.
We need him to clear up some comments.
When you got Easton Elliott on this pod, please let me know because I want to be in this room when that
I do
happens.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, we should get a podcast just of our house and just talk about stuff.
I don't
'cause
see why not. I think this is going
that would
pretty
be
well.
that would be yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, in terms of other players, like I mean, I'm from Colorado, so Tulowitzki. I mean, him being a part of this program and growing up, he was actually the reason why I wore number 2. Sorry, fine, thank you. He's the reason why I wore number 2. But no, I mean, yeah, it is a very rich history here, just in terms of players that have been produced through here. And I mean, I'd say a good part about Bruce is he's been taught by the coaches that have produced those players, so he kind of has a blueprint of what it takes to get to where you want to go.
Yeah, I would say another pretty cool experience is we had our fall game against USC, and Jaren Duran was sitting in our dugout. You know, like, and he was just talking to us. Like, it was just like a normal thing, and like a lot of places you aren't gonna get that. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and we have heavy alumni at our practices and stuff, and it's cool seeing them around and like seeing how much they care. You know, I always try to like say what's up to them and have a conversation with them because they've obviously set the path. We were talking about it the other day, like we should stop stepping on the LB logo. Like we haven't done anything. So, well, yeah, it's cool having a rich history and like showing up and to the locker room and seeing all the big leaguers. And you're like, yeah, this is for real. This is awesome.
You guys mentioned we don't have to talk about it, but I see the opportunity. We got 4 consumer affair majors here.
Yep.
Is that kind of an advantage? Do you guys ever split up the workload, take the same class schedules?
No, I don't think we do that on purpose. I just happen to walk in there and we're all in each other's classes. It does make it better. It's more fun. You know, we all sit in the same spot and we all have the same professor. Shout out Cresa. But no, yeah, it's good. I wouldn't say we cheat off of anybody though. We wouldn't do that.
Well, I'm a graduate, so I'm not in their classes.
Yeah, he's
But
old.
I
sorry.
already took consumer affairs, but they don't ask me for help or anything. So
Yeah. Probably gonna stay that way. Ash, sorry.
It's nothing.
Yeah, nothing personal, but
Subtle flex. I'm done. But
And then, Nathan, your dad, drafted by the Yankees in 1996.
yeah.
I mean, it was a short cameo, right? But were there any key takeaways from that for you, just growing up, getting to know that?
Yeah, for sure. He does not let me. There doesn't go a day where he doesn't remind me that. You know, we have this conversation over and over again. But it is awesome having my father that knows baseball. I actually got drafted by the Yankees, and then
Played for the Red Sox?
yes, played for the Red Sox for a little bit. But no, it's he always tells me like, I only did so much, son. Like the bar's set real low. The bar's set real low. I'm like, yeah, I know, Pops. I'm trying to get there. But no, he is my biggest supporter, my biggest fan, biggest critique, all of that. I'm pretty sure all our fathers are the same way. But no, it's awesome because he's been teaching me since I was 2. He's always instilled a good work ethic and a good mentality towards the game that he had, and has taught me what not to do during the game and what his story and how he did his thing. But no, it's awesome, and it's just amazing having someone like that in my life to guide me. Very thankful for it.
That's amen right there.
all right, want to get into a little segment. Gonna go off some rapid fire questions.
Let's do it.
Got some good ones here for you guys. We'll start off in order. Favorite baseball player growing up as a kid.
Pablo Sandoval.
Wow.
The Panda, Kung Fu World Series MVP 2012.
Hanley Ramirez.
It was too low for me. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Mike Trout.
Okay.
All right.
Other side of the spectrum, least favorite player.
Probably Hanley Ramirez.
Angel Pagan. I hated Angel Pagan.
bro.
Angel Pagan
What?
is the worst
Random poll.
person ever.
Random poll.
No, literally. Angel Pagan, yeah, he's the worst.
You know, it's funny when he first started off, it was Bryce Harper, just with how he. But now he's completely 9-day difference.
I'm gonna go Nelson Cruz, and I'll tell you why. He was on 2 different NL or AL West teams, and he destroyed the Angels.
That's fair. So, I mean, that's why I chose Angel Pagan, because he's a Dodger killer.
Sorry about it.
Yeah.
Favorite stadium you guys have played in? You could do besides Blair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to think about this one for a little bit.
This was in Arkansas.
Oh.
Played at Arkansas last year. That was amazing.
Did you face Hagen Smith?
I did not face Hagen Smith. I faced every other random Tuesday arm that was throwing 96 though.
Oh,
So
Yeah. Definitely ECU, the jungle.
The jungle,
Yeah, ECU is a huge
Yeah.
one. Sorry, that got me excited because just thinking about the jungle, man. Like I was playing center field when we were playing there, so like just the fans.
Stadium?
Yeah,
I
that
thought you were
too.
gonna go.
ECU and Angel Stadium. I played there in high school too, so like that was not a. I've done that before, so I had experience, and like
Not bad.
it's so awesome playing at Angel Stadium, man.
Yeah, I thought about it. Michigan last year.
That was cool.
That was pretty cool.
I mean, we heard a little bit of comments earlier before the podcast, but worst stadium.
I think I'm gonna have to bring it back to the junior college days, and I'm gonna have to go Diablo Valley College.
Fair enough. Diablo Valley. Shout out Diablo Valley. Worst stadium. This is tough. I don't really want to just throw any school under the bus like that. I won't say worst stadium, but definitely a tough park to play. Air Force. There's like in the middle of
dimensions.
Colorado. The wind could be blowing in one inning. The wind could be blowing out. It could be snowing one inning. It could be 90 one inning. And there's 10 people in the stands. And there's a flyover. And there's people just landing out of parachutes. And you're just like, what the heck's going on? I can't even walk. I'm out of breath and stuff. But not a bad stadium. Tough place to play.
Shoot. I'm gonna have to go with Riverside. Sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna have to go with Riverside.
You get to play there this year. You pumped?
It's crazy. Like, I'm gonna have to agree, but that week, I love and hate that field because first year here, like that was the week I got Big West Player of the Week. So I love and hate that field. So yeah,
There you go.
All right, moving on. Best player you've ever faced, any level. It could be a random dude from Little League, any player.
I'm also gonna bring it back to junior college here, which was TJ Chiz. He was the 11th round pick by the A's, I think, in 2022. He struck me out 3 times in a game, and I remember grounding out to the second baseman and being so happy.
Yeah, fair enough. Toughest pitcher I faced. So there was this guy last year at USF, and we played him 3 times during Tuesday games. And Tuesday games is like the arms that don't really throw on the weekend, or they're getting their bullpen in or something. And every single Tuesday game, they had this guy topping out at 100, had no clue where it was going, and his slider was moving this much. Yeah, he was pretty tough to face. For sure.
For me, it'd probably be Cooper Jerpy from Oregon State. When I was at ASU, I remember I was hitting 9th, and first at bat, I actually got a hit. I was the only guy to get a hit off of him because I jumped on a fastball. And the next at bat, I got buckled on 3 straight sliders. So that's just how that went.
Let's see. For me, probably I'd say Tyler Bremner, honestly. We're gonna face him this year. I need my revenge. But last year, like I was 2 for 3 against I don't know, they're like second best arm. And then he comes in like the 6th inning. I'm like, oh, this guy, like, whatever. And our coach is like, yeah, he's like 96, 98. I'm like, oh, that's nothing. I get in, first pitch at the top, like he goes outside and up, and I didn't even see the ball for strike 1. And then he struck me out on 2 changeups at 86, and I was like, okay. And then he struck me out again next at bat, and I was like, oh my gosh. But I'm looking for revenge this year, so.
Let's go.
Favorite place on campus?
Oh.
I gotta say the outposts. Those I love the outposts.
Oh,
Why are
really?
you laughing?
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, see, I've tried to put him onto the outpost a few times, and he's like, oh no, I got my peanut butter sandwich.
Well, I ordered a bacon, egg, and cheese one time there, and they forgot the bacon, so I'm off of it. I had a bagel, egg, and cheese sandwich. Remember that? It was in Creaso, yeah.
First, I don't even know what the outpost is. I have no
Right?
clue.
So it's not good.
So
enough
you don't
for
know
everyone
ball.
it is.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Favorite place on campus? I mean, I don't know. I really just come here for school and weights, and I mean, I guess I'll just say the pyramid.
God, you're no fun.
This-
Dude. You're no fun. You're no fun.
I would have to say the training room probably, or the kinesiology building, because I don't know, Ian gets me right in there. So
Okay.
that's it.
Shout out Ian. Shout out Ian Baldwin.
All right. You have any superstition?
Yeah, if you guys ever come out to a game, you'll see me walk up the left field line before the game, and I'll throw my hat over my face like this, and I will lay down, and I'll close my eyes for about 10, 15 minutes. And at that point, I'm already 4 for 4 in my head, so I don't know why it can't happen in reality, but
Is that a superstition or is that a what was it?
ritual,
No,
routine.
routine. Is that a routine or a
I
superstition?
don't know.
I think that's a routine. Superstitions is like don't step on the white line.
Oh, well, I don't. Yeah, I guess that would be mine then. I don't step on the foul line.
I think I have the same. I guess it is a routine. I have the same on deck routine. Someone's hungry. You hungry, Ash? Who's hungry? Yeah, you champ. You hungry?
That was Alex. I heard that too.
Superstitious. You good, brother? Locked in now? I have no clue. I don't think I'm a very superstitious guy. I think it was more routine based. Like I have the same routine every day. Well, no, I lied. Last year, if like we were in a slump or something, I would, like if we were staying in a hotel, I'd take the Bible, and like my roommate had a dream catcher, and we would leave, like we would place it on the bats and leave it overnight, and then that's how we got out of our slumps. So I guess that's a superstition,
That's pretty
right?
cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I have to shower before every game. No matter what it is.
Let's keep that one going.
For me, I would say like, let's say like I have a bat at bat, like I'd come in from the outfield, and like, you know how like we put our like gloves and stuff in a certain place, like I'd put it one way, like I'd turn it one way, and then if that at bat was bad, I'd come back in the next time and flip it the other way, just to like flip my luck around.
Okay, we need to talk about this, Ash. We need to talk about this because I like that. So is it like a certain way? Can you demonstrate?
Yeah, so
Can you demonstrate?
my glove and hat are like this. I would put it like
Glove.
hat and glove like this.
Okay.
And like here's like the corner.
Okay.
And I'd put it like sideways. And then
Alright.
if I had a bat at bat, I'd like come back in the next time and flip it this way.
Okay, so what if you have a good at bat?
I keep it.
All right, bat at bat.
I flip it this way.
Back the other
Back
way, or
the
do
other
you
way.
do you do another
No.
rotation clockwise?
No, it's just
So
this
it's
way
just
or
one or
this way?
two?
Yep.
Okay,
That's it.
that's a good yellow light right there.
Yeah.
Good yellow light.
Night game or day game?
Night game, 100%.
Ball don't fly in night game.
Don't matter.
Ball don't fly.
Might not just have juice.
Yeah, Friday night, huh? Friday night. I think Friday night. Yeah.
Definitely a night game for me.
I mean, I love night games, but like I'm more of a day game guy. Like, you know, I like seeing the like smoke from the hot dogs, or like, and I like smelling the food.
You
Like,
know what, Ash? You know what? I can get behind that.
No, it's a great
because
feeling,
like the
dude.
day game, like you
Yeah.
can wear like your glasses.
Yeah.
You know, it's more of a chill vibe,
a vibe.
and it's like it feels
Exactly.
like a ball game's happening.
And I'll
You know,
tell you-
night game, it
yeah.
feels like war's happening, which I'm fine with.
Oh, yeah.
I'm cool with that. Like we're in the war zone, but day game, like it's like, all right, we're catching a ball game now.
Takes me back to like little league vibes,
Yeah.
kind of. Like I don't know, like it's just like I don't know. Everyone loves like a Sunday baseball day.
And hot
like,
dogs,
I don't know,
right?
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, there
Hot
you go.
dogs.
Hot dog smoke.
Yeah.
Hot dog smoke.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
You know,
Whatever.
hot dogs don't have smoke, right? It's
No.
like the burgers.
Whatever. I just mean like whatever. The barbecue, man.
Okay, there you go.
Barbecue.
We needed some guy to disagree to make the question good.
Yeah.
All right. Walk-up song going into this next year.
Oh, you know what?
You staying the same or?
No, here we go.
Actually,
Here we
we
go.
were just talking about this.
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Doing Time by Sublime.
That's good.
He was telling me that we could change it. Can we change it like pretty often?
I'm
during the
sure you
season?
Yeah. I was in
I might
marketing
do
last year.
something like
Dudes were
I might
changing
do
them.
something like every weekend. I have I have a whole playlist of walk up songs I want to do. I think for the beginning. I actually have no clue. So I have a bunch. I have no clue though. Definitely reggae.
Reggae. I don't know. There's Smash is looking at his song.
Yeah. 'Cause I gotta get dialed in right now. What do you mean? I was gonna choose between a few.
I don't know. There's,
I want to bring up something because, like I said, I was in marketing last year. You didn't pick an up to bat song, and they just picked one for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good one. It went well.
Yeah, I couldn't really think of one, or there's not one that I could choose. And so at first, I just kind of thought that there's just gonna be nothing. And then first at bat, when I walked up and I heard the song, I was kind of like, oh. I was like, okay. I mean, I didn't know what the lyrics said until Justin, about 3/4 of the way through the season, told me what it said. But this year, I don't know. The few options right now, first would probably be, I'm kind of bringing it back to Heads of Roll. I did that, I think, my sophomore year. So
I remember that. For me, like, so I'm gonna go back to a song I did my first year here too by Don Tolliver. It's called Too Many Nights. It's pretty good. I don't know. I just remember coming back in the dugout and Dalton Ponce would just be singing it, and he's like, "Dude, I love your walk-up song." But I mean, it was cool. But I'm probably gonna do two. I'm probably gonna do that one, and I'm gonna do like "You Know How We Do It" by yeah, you know who that is.
You know. You just know.
Last one on the rapid fire. Funniest guy on the team.
Oh, that's gonna be tough. I might ruffle some feathers too. I think I got it.
Champ, wake up, champ.
Wake up, champ.
My car for the street speaker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with the hood hero himself.
Yeah,
Dylan Lena.
Dylan Lena, the hood hero. Let me think. Funniest guy. I just crack up with. I'll tell you who's not funny. Can I tell you who's not funny? Easton Ruley is not funny. I'm gonna say that. Easton Ruley is not funny. I think the funniest guy. This is tough.
Yeah.
It might be the hood hero. Yeah. Hood hero. Dylan Lena.
Jacob Russell.
Oh, that's a good pull. That's a good pull. It's a good pull.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Lena or I like Nate. Makes me laugh a lot. So
I appreciate that,
yeah.
brother. Shake my hand.
Yeah,
That's why I appreciate
yes.
And then we got one last question for each of you guys. They're just out of nowhere, more or less. So I'll start with you, Kyle. Boogie boarding or body surfing?
Both.
No, you gotta pick one. You gotta pick one.
Let's
What
go.
if you do both? Like at this, what if you
At the same time? You can't do that at the
No, I
same
know,
time.
But like you go out with the bodyboard and then you're like, I'm over it. You go ditch the bodyboard. You go out
Yeah,
with body surf.
Fair enough. That'd be good.
I would say, this is such a hard question because I do both and I love both. Body surfing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Connor, this one's for you. We talked about it before. My cousin being the bat boy on your summer league team. What's a prune packer?
I'll keep it short and simple. It's the best summer ball team in Mississippi. Shout out Joey Gomes.
Shout out Joey Gomes. Catch it out front. Party out front. Party out front.
Sonoma County. There we go. I did a little more research on you.
Okay.
Played for the Kalamazoo Mac Daddies.
Oh, I did.
That also a pretty good name there.
Yeah. It was, it was fun. We were last in the little pod that we had, but we ended up winning it because, everyone makes the playoffs. So we played the number 2 seed and the number 1 seed was already in the championship. So all we had to do was win 4 games.
The beauty of the tournament.
Yeah, and we won it, and we had a pretty solid team. I mean, one of them, we had some kid, Ethan O'Donnell. He's in the Reds organization right now. Yeah, you know who that is?
He's from Colorado.
I knew that. I didn't know that you knew him though. Okay.
Small world.
That's cool.
Nathan, you want to be an entrepreneur?
I do.
Give me a business pitch.
So you go and you walk in, you actually start brand new. You wake up and you're hungry and you want a donut. You go to these other donut shops and whatnot. It's a little run down. They're old. Nothing that's bringing that fire, You go to the donut chain. I'll tell you something, though. They got some good breakfast sandwiches. They got some good donuts, some good shakes, some good lattes. Get you anything you want. Let's say you have 3 little kids, right?
Yeah.
And it's the wintertime. You want to surprise them with snow on their Christmas. Snow Pros. We can get you snow in your front yard. Do sled runs. If you got special events, we could blow snow anywhere, anytime. Yeah, we can make it happen. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
So I expect you to be buying a donut soon and some snow.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'm sold.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And then Alex, you were the surprise guest. Matt Turk put you in here. We didn't know it was coming, so I didn't have a question ready. But honestly, you gave it to me. What are you eating after recording?
Oh, shoot. Well, depending how much time we have, we might have to go straight to the field. That's how it goes a lot of times for this fall. Water. Yeah, get hungry, eat water. That was with V. What we
water.
said, right? That's what Joey Walls would always say.
I don't remember that.
Oh, you don't remember that? No. Eat. I don't know. I know in the car I have quite a few Cliff Bars that I'm probably just munch down. Just get some down there.
There we go. That wraps things up for today. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Yeah, of
Thank
course.
Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us for Season 4, Episode 13 of Teed Up. Thank you to our video and editing producer, Aiden Swanepoel, our multimedia producer, Elle Nicklin. If you want to stay up to date in the latest in Long Beach State sports, check out our website, lbcurrent.com, and follow us on socials at lbcurrent. Thank you so much for listening. See you guys later.
We got to drop some big hearts.
Yep.
Thank
The
you.
rule.
There we go.
Shout out LB Current.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.